What is going on, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Under the Rim. And I know it's been a hot minute. I just took a little time off because I wanted to do more streaming. I wanted to really get my head right, come back into playoff basketball, let the game simmer in, and really talk about what's been going on. What's been going on with the ball, with playoffs, with the news, everything that's been happening. So let's just get right into it immediately because yo, the the Milwaukee Bucks just got their asses handed to them by the Miami Heat. All right, in 5 games, should have been 4, but who knows? Whatever. Milwaukee did fight that game. They did come back. Chris Middleton put up a good effort, and everyone is here talking about where Giannis is gonna go. He just stated himself that he doesn't want to leave. He's not gonna request a trade this season. But does that mean he's gonna not leave Milwaukee? No, because I do think if they do not perform next year, if because he's not requesting a trade, so he's still there. If they do not perform next year and they do not at least make the finals, I'm pretty sure he is going to leave Milwaukee. He's either going to the Raptors or somewhere else. And you might ask why I say the Raptors. Look at it. He has a great relationship with Masai. Masai helped him get into the NBA, helped him get into all this stuff. Like, he has a great relationship, so bring him over. They're already a really good team. And I believe if the Raptors get bounced off by the Celtics right now, it's going to make more sense for him just to combine because the Raptors need that one dude to push him over the edge to win the title. And that could be Giannis. Like how who was Kawhi. I'm always telling people this. They always need that one dude to really get over the edge. So there you go. There you have it right there. So that's what they really need. But yo, this is crazy. I didn't see this coming at all. I had them winning in 6 against the Miami Heat. Even though Miami was my sleeper team for the for the East, I didn't see them bouncing. I didn't see them almost sweeping them. Crazy. It's crazy. They got a bunch of dogs on that team. This is why I'm telling everybody. If Jimmy Butler came to the Lakers, if he signed to the Lakers, it would have been game over. Game, set, match. It would have been over. Okay, it would have been a confirmed championship because he is the closer for that team. He's got the defense. He's got the grit, the grind. They couldn't handle him. They couldn't handle him on the 76ers. They couldn't handle him on Minnesota. Why? Because he just wanted to win. Because he had that effort that he just wanted to win. Is that his fault? No, it's the team's fault. It's the team's fault for not being there for him, for surrounding with players. That was the 76ers fault. All right, if you go back and you watch the videos of why he left, he said they just were treating him like a toxic teammate. They weren't matching his energy. They were saying, oh, you need to control Jimmy to have him back here, and he's like, what the hell? Like, I don't want to be around here. I want to go to people that win. He went to Miami. Pat Riley, I forget their coach name. Is Eric Spoelstra. And you got guys like Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Bam. Like, all these guys want to win. They're gritty. They're tough. They're not sitting down and taking it. They will fight till the end, and they are the underdogs of the underdogs. You can call CP3 Thunder the underdog because they only had whatever chance to make it. But these guys are the underdogs of the East, honestly, because no one saw this coming. No one saw them wiping the Bucks and progressing to the conference finals in such ease. The conference finals, all right? If you ask me, I think this team can make the finals. I think this team can beat the Celtics, honestly. So that's my thoughts on that series. I think, honestly, next year Milwaukee needs to do something. They got to get more consistent shooters. Giannis has to open up his game more. Honestly, he needs to open up the mid-range or open up the 3. He needs to practice of taking over more in the playoffs. Honestly, because this is not MVP caliber stuff. Maybe in the regular season you were playing like an MVP caliber player, but here the playoffs, I always tell people the playoffs are a different breed. The playoffs are a different game. You guys need to remember this. The playoffs are a different atmosphere, especially in a place like the bubble, right? You don't got fans. It is just you, the other team, the staff, and you are playing your heart out there. The playoffs are not to mess around with. This is where you separate the boys from the men, all right? So, like, Giannis hasn't performed 2 years now of being the MVP. He's about to be the back-to-back MVP. If LeBron wins it, I'm not even going to be mad. But, bro, it's what happens. The Milwaukee Bucks, they lost. They're out of the playoffs now. There goes my side of the bracket because I thought they were going to beat them in 6 and go up against the Raptors, But looks like all my predictions are going to be off except the Lakers, maybe, except the Lakers Clippers, so knock on wood. But yo, it's just off now. And let's get to the other matchup in the East. We got the Celtics and the Raptors. So I thought, even though Celtics were giving the Raptors kind of trouble before going into the bubble, that they would have matched up well, and the Raptors would have pulled it off in 6. They could have matched. But this was crazy. The Raptors came super close to getting swept. Okay, super close to getting swept. If OG didn't hit a Hail Mary, it would have been 3-1 right now, right? Or they would have lost. They would have been out already. They're down 3-2 right now. The next game is going to be tomorrow, so we'll see what happens there. I'm like, I don't want to jinx nothing, but I think the Celtics are probably going to pull it off. I think it's over for the Raptors at this point. I think the Celtics got them figured out. The Raptors really haven't been playing like themselves. They've been shooting like trash. The Celtics have just been on one. They haven't been able to stop guys like Tatum. Marcus Smart got put on Lowry, and it's just been a different story from there, So I think the Celtics are taking this one. Then it's going to be Miami, and then the Celtics pretty much. And I have the Miami in 7. I have Miami in 7, and that's it. It could go down to 7 either way, but if I have to give you a locked-in pick right now, I'm going to say Miami, just the way they've been playing, honestly. But the Celtics are super good, like really good. Either one of them could go to the finals, Miami or the Celtics, so whatever. But what's going on right here, they are shutting down the Raptors offense. They are not letting them get too many open threes. The Raptors aren't shooting that well. The Raptors just aren't playing Raptors basketball like they used to. They're missing a dude like Kawhi, They're missing a dude like Kawhi to draw all the attention away from guys like Freddie, OG, Lowry, and like really collapse in, And Marcus Gasol is just not playing like himself. This team is just looking tired. They're looking like they don't want it. They're just looking kind of just out of energy, Like how the Lakers were looking in a couple of the games, just like they didn't want it bad enough, like they didn't want to play hard enough. Now the Lakers have picked it up and they're kicking it into overdrive, So the Raptors need to pull something out here to tie up the series and then take it to Game 7. Even if they do go to Game 7, I think the Celtics are winning this series. I think it's pretty much over for the Raptors. Knock on wood again. Don't want to jinx anything. But like the Celtics could really do anything. I think the X factor in this series, the best player on the court is Jason Tatum. We need to say this. All Siakam knows how to do is a spin move, spin move, spin move. And we've seen the memes. We've seen everything. Siakam needs to open up his game more, just like Giannis. If you ask me, I don't think Siakam can be the best player on a championship team. I'm sorry to say that about him. I'm sorry to say anything like negative or bring him down, but I think he can be the second best player, like Scottie Pippen. Like he could be a Scottie Pippen to Giannis, but I don't think he can be the best player on a championship team. I don't see a team building around him like that because his game isn't there yet. I can see a team building around someone like AD or someone like Giannis, if he were to get more of the mid-range, because he's just so freakishly good and athletic. They can build around him because he's just otherworldly. I don't see otherworldly with Siakam. I see a second best type of dude, like higher than Kevin Love, but below a Giannis type thing, So I think he can be there, but I don't think the Raptors can build around him. I don't think that is a possibility. I think they need to rebuild this team, but not so much where you're blowing up the team, because you're there, but you're not there yet. So you got to start making some moves for Giannis. You got to start talking to him. You got to start doing anything, trades, anything. And I saw reports that Milwaukee rivals are believing that they're going to try and trade for Chris Paul. So who knows who they're going to even try and trade, Who knows who they even try and give up, because like it's crazy. CBD would fit perfectly because he got the shooting, he got the defense, he got the playmaking, and he's got the mentality. He's got the competitive mentality that he just wants to win no matter what happens. No matter what the cause is, this guy wants to get out on the floor and he wants to win them the game no matter what the cost. So I think he would be a perfect fit. And look what he did with the Thunder, bro. Just literally by himself and a couple of the younger dudes, not that much playoff experience. He brought them 7 games and almost knocked off the Rockets. Almost knocked off the Rockets, which would have been crazy. So I think it would be a perfect fit. With this, the Raptors, like I said, I think it's over for them. I think it's done here. Even though I am from Toronto and I love the city with all my heart, you gotta accept facts. Toronto needs a dude like Kawhi. They always needed a man like Kawhi. I've always been saying this. You want to get over that hump, you need the dude. You need the guy that said, take him the ball and take me there. Give him the ball and say, take me there. I want, give the ball to LeBron. You give the ball to AD, or you give the ball to Harden. You give the ball to, let me see, Kawhi, Paul George, even though playoff P is ass sometimes, you need a guy that will give you buckets consistently. No matter what, he will be there for you, and he is the one to push you over the edge. And I think if Giannis comes to Toronto, I think he will thrive better here than he will do in Milwaukee. But we have to see. We'll see. Now going over to the West, you got the Nuggets and you got the Clippers. All right, this I made a bet on this series, and I think the the Nuggets ain't going nowhere. Even though they're a great team, I make jokes with my friends a lot. Whatever, they're an amazing team. Didn't see this coming with the Jamal Murray and Jokic combo. Like they're good, but I didn't think they were this good. Where Murray's dropping 50, this dude's dropping 30 and 50, and Jokic. I still think if you ask me, the Clippers are gonna pull it out in 6. Don't think the Nuggets are gonna. I don't see them in the conference finals. Knock on wood again. Don't want to jinx conference finals or even the finals. I think the Clippers and Lakers are bound for a head-to-head competition. The ECF. I think it is going to be the most competitive thing we have seen in a while. So there's nothing really more I need to speak on that except that nothing really crazy is happening in the series. Like it's going as expected. I'll keep you guys updated on further podcasts, but like nothing yet. And then we have the Lakers and the Houston Rockets. I honestly think that the Lakers will pull it out in 6. They will put but depends on how we play, honestly, because they've been shooting pretty well. Aside from Danny Green, that guy is garbage. He needs to get off the team. I'm sorry. He doesn't do anything. It's been a while. It's been for him to have a good game, and he hasn't been doing anything. He scored like 2 points this game. Rondo's hitting more threes than him. Rondo had like 21 and 9 today. LeBron had 33, like 7 and 7, something like that. 80 had a monster game. Everyone's going off, but Danny Green's not doing his job. His job's just to sit there and splash threes, and he can't even do that. But whatever. So they figured out the Rockets. I don't say figure it out, but I say they're starting to understand them more. Like LeBron said, game 1 is always the feel out game. Want to get to know what they do, how they play, like what's going to go on. He said we need to speed up. We need to match the Rockets tempo. And he's been doing that. He's been playing like crazy. He's been going off 33. He's been hitting all his shots today. LeBron won't always be hitting threes like that, but like he's matching them, and they're leaving Westbrook open to take those threes. And he's saying, and like Stephen A said, he's too prideful not to shoot those shots, So as long as they can keep playing this type of defense and playing this type of offense, Lakers are definitely winning this series. Again, knock on wood, don't want to jinx anything, but I can see Lakers honestly pulling out this series and then matching up with the Clippers. And then that series is going to go 7 games. I know it. It's going to go 7 games. The defense is going to be there. One team's always going to be shooting. It might be blowout games until game 7, and then that's when it's going to be close. Like the 2016 Golden State versus Cavs, where it's just blow out until game 7, and that's when it came down to a game winner. I think that's going to be the toughest challenge that either the Lakers or Clippers face until the conference finals, because I don't think the Celtics can match up against one of those teams and take them to too far. I think it'll go to 5-6. So that's been crazy, and right after I heard today Billy Donovan's been fired. If y'all seen that that Thunder game, that final play, oh god, bro, oh my god, bro, I could have coached that team better. All you had to do was give it to Steven Adams. He's literally taller than PJ Tucker, and just throw it in the rim. That's all you had to do, and y'all just threw it away. Okay, so it's about damn time that Billy Donovan got fired. It's about damn time. This dude needed to head out of there. This dude needed to cut out of there. I don't want to see that ever again. Okay, I don't want to see this dude ever again on a Thunder team. All right, he's been good. He's done good. He's done good in the past, but now is They have a young team, like their players. That was just sad. He needs to get out of there. But let's talk about just like, bro, this is crazy. I just want to return to this. Miami really beat the Bucks, bro. They really beat the Bucks, and this is insane. What does this say for Giannis as an MVP? Like, I think he still wins it this year, but next year, like, you gotta take in these are real people voting for him. This isn't like an automatic voting system that takes and counts into stats. These are people with eyes that listen to a lot of the narratives, So I don't think he's gonna be unanimous MVP, but I think because obviously people are gonna vote for LeBron, but I think next year I don't think he wins another MVP after this. Honestly, I think until he wins a chip, that's when he's going to win the MVP, because are they going to keep giving it to a dude that gets knocked off in the second rounds? No, bro. They got to give it to someone who truly deserves it. And I think it's going to be someone like a LeBron, someone like an AD, like maybe even whoever comes out the East, I think they give like Luka or someone like that, that or performs, and like Luka's too young, but like I'm telling you, it's looking bad for Giannis right now. It looks amazingly bad. Like I'm still in disbelief that it happened because it looks so bad, bro. Like yes, he got injured. He's injured for that last game. He couldn't be there, but yo, they still went down 3-0 with him there. So there's no excuse. They were losing that series no matter what. You're not winning four straight. I don't care what you have to say. Like the Bucks were not winning four straight, and they didn't. They won one game off the tip of their ass, and they got knocked out quick. You know, so it's going to be crazy to see what goes on from here. And like, I think the Celtics and Miami is going to be a good matchup. I think Lakers and Clippers, and we'll see what goes on after that. You know, I don't want to make too many predictions here, but I'm just saying my brackets are a mess. My brackets are gone, bro. This is going to be interesting to see. I think Giannis will come to Toronto. I think he's not going to go to Miami just because they beat them. I feel like he's too competitive and petty for that. You know, I feel like he will go to Toronto just because of the Masai connection. If he does leave Milwaukee, which I think is a smart thing to do at this point, like I've always said this, loyalty isn't a thing in the NBA. It shouldn't be that huge of a thing, you know? Yes, you'll get a loyalty bonus, contract more money, but at the end of the day, you want to win chips and you want to compete. You want to compete. That's why I hated Kevin Durant's move, because it wasn't competing at that point. I don't care that he left OKC. I care that he joined Golden State and it was too easy. Like, you just put your life on easy mode. You don't want to compete the hard way. If you wanted to go to the Celtics, Washington, wherever, even the Raptors, wherever, and compete for a chip and win the chip the right way, there you go then. But you want to make it the easiest route possible, and you're going to the people that just beat you. The whole situation was just kind of like snake for Durant, but hopefully he proves himself now in Brooklyn, you know? So I think that's where Giannis leaves. And this last season that they got, I'm pretty sure this is the last season with the Bucks. They need to make something happen. They need to get more pieces. They need to sit down Giannis and be like, what would you like from us? What would you like us to do? What would you like us to try and do? Try and acquire, make changes to something. You have to keep your player. But I'm telling you, Toronto, you need to start talking to Giannis. You need to start getting Lowry in his ear, getting Siakam in his ear, getting Masai in his ear. Anybody, you need to start texting this dude. I don't care about tampering. You need to start talking to this guy. So that's all I really got to say for this podcast. It's been crazy in the NBA so far. If I missed anything, just leave a comment down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you are hearing this on Spotify or Apple Music, just shoot me a message on Instagram or Twitter. They call me Mythic on Instagram, and I am Mythic on Twitter. And be sure to look out for my YouTube channel, my main one. I am uploading NBA 2K videos, my podcast video, NBA videos. On my second channel, where I upload my Twitch streams, my stream highlights. And speaking of my Twitch, I do irregular streams here and there. You can check my Twitter and put notifs on just for when I do tweet out that I am streaming. It's a couple times during the week. It's nothing too crazy. I stream usually whatever game I'm playing at the time, either Warzone, 2K. Right now I'm doing Tony Hawk's. It could be Cyberpunk later on. It could be Avengers. Just whatever I'm feeling, honestly. I don't do any strict type of content. I'm not like an esport or whatever. I just like to play games. So look out for that. It's twitch.tv/theycallmemythic. Thank you guys for listening in on this podcast or watching it on YouTube, and I will see y'all next week.